Hi, I'm Samantha Wagner, a senior in the Organizational Leadership Program at Texas A&M University, Commerce. Today, I'm going to speak on my leadership journey and what I have learned while being in the Organizational Leadership Program. Starting out in this program day one, I honestly thought I knew a lot about leadership. Just after the first few assessments, I realized I had a lot I did not know and needed to learn more about. Coming into the workforce and being placed into a management position right off the bat, I have learned some in a short amount of time, but had much more to learn, and this program has definitely helped me with that. I had the tendency growing up to be more of a follower, but once being in this position, I have learned that I absolutely love leading a team. Leading a team with inspiration and towards a shared vision. It is such a reward when reaching that vision and our goals. No one is born a great and effective leader. It is a journey we all have to take at our own pace and learning more along the way on how to become better day in and day out. Some may not be successful along the journey, but we all have to start out somewhere. We are all different leaders and mature at different rates in our leadership journey. This is because as humans, we are all different and lead differently as well because of our experiences. Being in this program, I have learned more about leadership and also how to better apply the leadership skills I already possessed. I personally have grown tremendously as a leader in my company while being in this program. I would definitely say it has been some of the best money I have ever spent. As for most, becoming an effective leader takes time and hard work and dedication. You don't just wake up and bam, there you are a leader. It is so much more than just learning the skills, but we also have to transform ourselves to someone that can practice the skills we have learned and to practice them on a daily basis. While working my way towards my degree in organizational leadership and working through our 10 major coursework, I learned important things in each of my classes. My first class was called Issues in Organizational Leadership. This course offered me an overview of issues related to organizational leadership, including the definition of organizations, theories of leadership, and the characteristics and behaviors of leaders as well as varying contexts under which leaders must perform. In this class, I really first started to grasp what leadership was, what defined an organization, and how to be a leader within said organization. In this class, I also learned what behaviors and characteristics make up a great leader. I was better able to make sure I was implementing these into my life and to my work life. Ending the class, we had to develop our own personal leadership strategy. I was able to focus on areas of my leadership that needed some development. We also created our vision. This was a great class to start building that leadership foundation. When I personally built my personal leadership plan, it helped me determine what kind of leader I wanted to be, and it also helped me identify my strengths and weaknesses as a leader. My second and third class was called Data-Driven Decision Making. This was a 2-term course that examined the role of quantitative data in managerial and entrepreneurial decision making. This course drew upon quantitative tools and analysis from several disciplines, especially statistics, economics, accounting, and finance. These courses had course study cases. The course study demonstrated the usefulness of tools and analysis in providing optimal technical options and decision-making solutions. The emphasis of the course is on the interpretation and translation of data into information for the benefit of internal and external consumers. In these classes, I learned how to define our action question for the organization we were investigating. We also learned how to find the right metrics to use, what they measure, what data we already had, and what data we would need to collect. We also learned about implementation action plan and how to create one. We used raw data and learned how to analyze it for the good of the company. There's a lot more in data than we think. We learned how to find useful data inside the raw data set and how to put it in an Excel spreadsheet with charts to show our findings. My fourth and fifth class was Behavior, Ethics, and Leadership. This was another 2-term course that provided an examination of ethics in the workplace and the role of organizational leaders in fostering ethical behavior. We had case studies, discussions, self-assessment exercises, and reading assignments to explore the basic frameworks of ethical dealings and moral leadership. When finishing the classes, I was able to demonstrate a competency in critical thinking skills to both identify and remedy ethical issues typically encountered in organizational settings and interactions. In these classes, we did case studies that made us look closely at the ethics behind some real-world organizational happenings. I have learned the role that ethics play in an organization, and the values of an organization should be at their core and the main determining factor of the decisions that are made within the organization. I began to recognize how the ethics of an organization can impact the entire culture of that organization. I also took a deeper look into my own belief system and the ethics and values that I want to display as an individual and as a leader within my organization. My sixth and seventh class was Leadership Theory. This was also a 2-term course that focused on leadership role within the principles and practice of management of organizations. These courses were designed to provide me with the knowledge and skills that can be used to analyze organizational processes and to address challenges inherent in leading organizations, operations, and projects. Leadership theory is applied to practical problems in planning, organization, and controlling workplace situations and activities. In these classes, we learned how to create SWOT analysis for an organization. We also learned how to create a process improvement plan. My eighth class was Leading Change. This course offered an in-depth analysis of prevalent issues related to organizational change. We learned how to create a change management plan. I am currently in my 9th and 10th class called Capstone. This is also a 2-term course that requires analysis, synthesis, and evaluation of my knowledge and skills. including academic performance, teamwork experience, and workplace experience. Using current information, technology, and resources, I am able to construct a professional profile. I had to use problem-solving skills to analyze, evaluate, and recommend an implementation plan addressing an organizational leadership issue or problem. A main factor in evaluating my performance is the input from multiple stakeholders, including employers and faculty. These two classes have focused on everything we have learned up until this point and having us relate back to all of that information. I realize as a leader I still have a lot to learn. I feel that I need to improve my abilities through learning from experiences that I receive from the actual practice of leadership. The major factor contributing to this personal opportunity for me is my working environment. I am able to see the opportunity for development of my leadership skills through the application of my learned leadership skills and a clear focus on our organizational outcomes. I will be able to help my team to be motivated and to focus on their specific role within the team. I want to be a top leader in my industry and will work my hardest to make this happen. I know that to do this, I will have to continuously stay educated and also continuously work on my inner journey with self-growth to achieve the results I want for myself as a leader. Leadership often has different meanings, and there is no single definition. A common theme that appears to run through many definitions is that leadership involves influencing the attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, and feelings of other people to work towards a shared vision. When reflecting on my leadership journey, it is clear the leadership development that I have experienced. Through recognition of my weaknesses, I aim to convert my failings to opportunities with the ultimate goal of becoming a better leader. Being an achievement-oriented person and a natural leader, I aim to continuously improve my ability to lead others through my own self-improvement and continuing education. The environment in which I work gives me the opportunity to create possibilities by which I would be able to increase my ability to lead my team. Some other things I have learned about leadership along the way is to be decisive. A reality for any leader is that many people need decisions from me, and if I can't make them quickly, my organization will suffer. I can't agonize or overanalyze or second-guess myself. The second is to embrace change. As a leader, it was my job to drive change, not avoid it as much as I would like. Technological innovation can turn million-dollar industries upside down overnight. The third is I have to be inspirational. When the going gets tough, people need to feel that everything is going to be okay. They inevitably look to their leaders for motivation and encouragement. Leaders need to project hope and positivity while keeping the organization focused by combating weakness, negativity, and mediocrity. I have to trust my talent and be bold, and people will line up behind me. I have to be empathetic. When I deal with a difficult conversation or negotiation, I try to place myself in the shoes of the other person. Having empathy is crucial to leaders because we are constantly dealing with people management and communication. I have to control my emotions. If I get an email that makes me angry, I have to type up a draft response and make sure I sleep on it to make sure it's the right thing. I have to be persuasive. Effective leaders aggressively sell their vision and win over naysayers with substance and character. I have to remember that it's not my job to please everyone. I have to know that it's okay to seek out advice. Anyone who says they have all the answers is just being dishonest. I have to realize that I can never stop learning. I have to be authentic, and most importantly, leaders have to walk the walk. If you want someone to listen to what you say, you have to be an inspiration and you have to show them that you are doing what you're asking them to do. I, as a leader, have to realize it's not always all about me. I would have never dreamed before starting the organizational leadership program that I would be in the position I am right now, professionally or personally. Thank you.